Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman. Today we are continuing the journey on the trip to Alaska. We started this journey back in Atlanta, Georgia, and if you want to get caught up on the first 4 days, head on over to the channel and check out those videos from the lower 48 and the Great Plains of Canada. But today we are starting the epic journey up the Alcan Highway, also known as the Alaskan Highway. And it's not going to be as long of a day as some of the other journeys that we've been on, but it is going to be a great journey. And just as a side note, if you decide to drive up through the Cassiar Highway in Western Canada, you will miss this part of the Alaskan Highway from Dawson Creek to Watson Lake, because that's where the Cassiar Highway joins the Alaskan Highway. So without further ado, let's jump in and see where the journey takes us. All right, so according to Google Maps, this journey is going to be about 10.5 hours, almost 1,000 kilometers, so about 600 miles. And we're going to be going straight up to Watson Lake, so no turns or anything like that. Here in Dawson Creek, it's a good sized town. You'll be able to pick from a variety of hotels. There's a Walmart. This Holiday Inn was next to a casino, but tons of food. We ate at the A&W restaurant the other night, or last night actually. You can see there's a McDonald's and things like that. And so we're going to start off bright and early here. It's going to be dark, and with the Dawson Creek starting point of the Alaskan Highway, a lot of people don't realize that this roundabout here is where the world's famous Alaskan Highway starts. It does not start actually at the US-Canada border at any of the states. We've already been driving for 2 days to get there. So there is the world's famous Alaskan Highway sign, and you can take photos there. It's a great opportunity. So that's a fun fact for where the Alaskan Highway starts. It's actually halfway through Canada. And then quickly, just outside of town, it's going to be pitch black.
This is leaving Dawson Creek, headed towards Watson Lake. It is 4:35 a.m. local time. We're 3 hours behind East Coast time. This is probably Fort St. John.
The first town we're coming into is going to be Fort St. John. It is a decent sized town. I would say it's comparable to Dawson Creek. I don't know the population of one versus the other, but if you decide to move on past Dawson Creek on your journey, you can easily stay here at Fort St. John. They have hotels, gas stations, restaurants. It's pretty much, from what I can tell, a main strip. You've got the highway that goes through it, and then you're going to have some side roads and things like that. And then just outside of Fort St. John, this is the first time running mountains, and so this is the first time I've ever had a semi on this trip have to slow me down. Obviously, it could not pass with a double solid yellow line there. As the sun was coming up, this is where the journey is just becoming more beautiful by the mile. We're going to see the sunrise.
That's Pink Mountain in British Columbia. It is 7:20 a.m.
We're going to see the trees part ways. I could only imagine back in the day that this was full of forestry and that the only division for these trees was the Alaskan Highway being built. And so just for miles and miles, the road is going to go. You can see there on the right a pull-off for truckers or yourself. You can do some overnight camping there. This is different to me than the Great Plains of Canada, the flyover states of the lower 48. This is just open road. You're going to have cell signal in and out of the Alaskan Highway near bigger towns, but to me it seemed like every turn and every corner just had new views. And someone that's lived in Atlanta for 17 years, this is not what you get in a concrete jungle like that city. A lot of this journey today, I'm just going to sit back and relax and let you enjoy the views, and we're going to take it in together as we go up the Alaskan Highway.
The Northern Rockies.
All right, so the next big town that we are stopping in here is Fort Nelson. This is a larger town than some of the other ones that are going to show up on Google Maps. We are stopping here for gas, and it is starting to get dirty with the wet road. That's the first time the trucks look like that. And just over 200 Canadian dollars as we put 105 liters in there.
Leaving Fort Nelson, headed towards Watson Lake.
Leaving Fort St. Nelson, you're going to have cell signal there again for about 20 to 30 minutes just outside of town. But there again, just look at these views. It's not the most beautiful clear skies, but this is the most beautiful scenery as we get into these rolling hills. The trees still have leaves on them, and we haven't ran into snow yet, but it is a little dreary, and we're looking for wildlife as we journey along the Alaskan Highway. Let me know in the comments what's the most beautiful road that you've driven on. Here I felt it comical. It's just one road, no turns, and almost 500 kilometers to Watson Lake, so you can't get lost. So we're starting to climb up some elevation here along the Alcan, and running through this fog was extremely fun.
Kilometer 535.
Nothing too scary, just taking our time. You can easily see the road, the conditions were great, the black asphalt was great. But man, look at those views. As I promised, the views are changing from the Great Plains of Canada to the mountains. The Alaskan Highway is not going to disappoint. And so we're going to come up here to the summit, pull over for a couple pictures, and just enjoy the moment. We're not in a hurry on this journey. We've got plenty of time. We're just trying to beat Old Man Winter to Fairbanks. This is really the first sign of snow-capped mountains that we've seen along the journey. Just couldn't get enough of it, and being able to stop there and take in the views, it was really breathtaking. As always, what goes up must go down. So I was thankful for the truck. It has the Duramax diesel in it, and it does have the engine braking in it, and the trailer does have tandem axle brakes. So going down hills was nothing of my concern. The truck and trailer did well along the entire journey, but this was the first day of the first trials of the truck, because driving in the lower 48 and the flatlands of Canada, there's really no test of it short of high winds causing low fuel mileage. But here we're really getting to try out that new diesel. Now, this is the first time we have seen snow this entire journey. It looks like it snowed a while ago, as this is the remnants of the snowfall, but I know this is just the signs that we're getting further north and plenty of snow to see.
This is the Tetsa Bridge number 1.
Let me know in the comments if you're more of a mountains person or a beach person. These views are stunning to me. I am so thrilled to be doing this drive, and I know coming up in a few more months I'll be doing the drive again with the 4Runner.
Provincial Park. Caution, sheep.
Canada does a great job of marking for wildlife crossings and lookouts, even though as of right now, none of these signs have bared fruit of seeing wildlife, but that will change later on in the day. This lake is just stunning to drive around. I want to see it in the winter time. This is the second time I've seen it kind of summer/fall, and the turquoise colors with the mountains in the background are just amazing.
We just went through here. Alright, we have some caribou just hanging out in the middle of the road.
As you can see, the shoulder of the road has a guardrail here. Not all mountain roads have guardrails in Canada, but nothing was too crazy on this day that was going to be terrifying, like a shelf road or risk of falling off or anything like that. Don't be too concerned about that.
Just looking directly at us, and they don't seem to be moving. McDonald River Bridge.
Love the shaky bike on the metal bridges. I was grateful that most of the bridges did not have oncoming traffic, so I was able to drive along the middle of them and take up a little bit more than my due share, but they are fun to go over. You literally cannot count the amount of corners with new views and mountain peaks, snow-capped mountains, tree lines. Just a gorgeous day to be on the journey. I couldn't have asked for a better trip so far for the weather.
Smile. That didn't work with your video,
The roads are going for miles, the views are ever changing, the scenery is gorgeous, and you can see the road surfaces have changed from some gravel to dirt to mostly pavement, but as of right now, I have not been concerned about any road construction or rough roads or anything that would be more difficult to go past in a two-wheel drive truck or my truck or car. A variety of vehicles traverse this road.
Coming up on Toad River.
This river was a joy to drive around, just peaceful and scenic. No internet signal, no cell signal, just literally stopping to enjoy the peacefulness and the quietness that you get up here in this part of Canada. And here, I can't remember the name of these three peaks of the mountains, but they were surely a sight to see. They do have a name. If you do know it, let me know in the comments, but I wanted to capture them in all of their beauty. I believe there's 3 peaks total, and that one there is just being covered up by the clouds. As we've come around the corner with a full overcast and some rain, these rainbows were really showing off. I am embarrassed to say maybe I spent too much time checking out the rainbows, but we pulled over, we took a lot of pictures, we took a lot of video, but they were just stunning and popping with the overcast. So I can see the video through the windshield is not great, but we hopped out. Them landing there in the river or lake is just amazing, super strong colors. Now, I never noticed until now that the second rainbow mirrors the first rainbow. I don't know if that's common for all rainbows, but in this case, check it out as the colors from the stronger one are mirrored backwards and the second one going over that lake.
Yeah. This means watch for wildlife, use caution.
And as we go through these towns that you may see on the video, just know that the tourist season is over. This is kind of the shoulder season, and a lot of small towns are closed. There may be gas if the pumps are turned on, but a lot of the places are only open during peak season, roughly May 15th through September 15th.
Trout River Bridge.
So make sure you do have a lot of gas, food, supplies, emergencies, and things like that, or emergency equipment to be able to handle anything that comes up, because the next town may be a lot further away than it looks like on the map. The scenery is still showing off today, from overcast and rainy with rainbows to lakes with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy.
The River Valley, or Leard. Buffalo, next 90 kilometers, drive with caution. Lower Leard River Bridge. Suspension bridge on the Alaska Highway. Alright, we are coming up on a herd of bison.
And just before we turned this corner, there was a vehicle heading the other direction that did flash its headlights at us, and not necessarily knowing exactly what it meant, I did remember that this was about the area that we were going to be able to see the bison on the road. This seems to be the local spot that they hang out.
Oh, they're just standing in the middle of the road.
So they are just chilling. They are laying on the ground. They are hanging out in the middle of the road. And as you can see, you just kind of need to manage it. They're not going to necessarily move out of the way, but to go slowly around them.
Just hanging out in the road. They're not even looking. Don't run into us. Oh, that one has a collar too. Hanging out. Oh, just laying down on the road. Got a collar. This is kilometer marker 880, Allen's Overlook. To the left is a view of the Leard River, which we cannot see from here. There's the river there. And we are watching for grizzly bears. Border 6 times. It is the first one. Kilometer marker 905. I believe it says welcome to the Yukon. Oh, I did not get a good disable your radar detector.
Reaching the 60th parallel north in latitude, that is a huge feat, and we're going to be continuing to head north and crossing into the Yukon territory. Just means we're getting that much closer to Alaska.
Welcome, Dawson Lake, gateway to the Yukon.
Pulling in, we're going to top off with fuel as our tradition has it. We're going to reset all of the measurements and make sure that the truck is ready to go for the morning. And as you can see, leaving in the morning has paid off. 607 miles down. We used 63 gallons of fuel, and it's still daylight outside. So we're going to check into a hotel and we're going to go ahead and get food at a restaurant just down the road. But there we have it, parking the truck and the trailer, giving it a break for the evening. Staying at this hotel is called the Nicer Motel. And it was pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Great service, small amenities. And the restaurant that we ate at is just one restaurant over. So there you have it, that's our day from Dawson Creek to Watson Lake. That's gonna wrap up today's journey. We've got a couple more videos to go to finish out this series, and I'm telling you, this is just the beginning of the epic part of the road trip. It only gets better and more beautiful from here, with some surprises and suspenses in the later videos. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.